My hands continue to shake when I attempt to put this down. Even now, 12 years later, I wake up screaming some nights. Sure, I hear the slow, dragging footsteps coming down my hall. My name is James Carter, and this is what really happened to my family in 2012. It was raining season when the nightmare started. I recall because the roads were slippery with mud that evening. July 4th, Independence Day. I made an extra run to earn some holiday cash, driving my Ford truck along the forest section outside Blackwater, Louisiana. The rain had ceased, but the air was thick and heavy, as if the swamp itself was taking a breath. As my engine coughed and stalled in the vicinity of the ancient cypress tree, I figured that there was only water in the fuel line. I emerged out of that unfamiliar stillness. No frogs, no crickets, only my own boots sinking in mud with each step. It was when I first realized that tingly feeling in between my shoulder blades, the impression that eyes were upon me from the treeline. I spun around, my beam of light slicing through the fog. I thought at first it was a statue, some ancient voodoo figure left in the swamp. Then it shifted, 8 feet tall if it had been an inch, its limbs too long and thin, waving slightly like reeds in water. The head cocked at an impossible angle as it took a step forward. 1, 2, 3 steps, and then it froze. My light fell on the smooth, empty space where its face should have been. Just shiny, stretched skin with no eyes, no mouth, nothing. I staggered back against my truck, fighting for the door. That's when its neck extended. Its head, like a snake shedding its coil, leaned in closer, closer, until it was inches from mine. I smelled it then, the reek of swamp and decaying meat. A voice issued from where its mouth ought to be. A wet, clicking sound that shaped my name. James. I don't recall driving home. My wife Sarah said I walked in ghost white, mumbling about a faceless demon. She fixed me coffee, said I'd just encountered an exhausted illusion. But on this night, we heard the scratching at the walls for the first time. For 17 nights it appeared, always at 3:17 in the morning. 3 deliberate scratches of something metal against the wood siding, making its way around the house. We'd discover the prints the next morning, huge, barefooted ones with 2 long toes, dug deep into parched ground. My daughter Emily was the first to see it. She awoke screaming about the tall man in the corner of her bedroom, his neck elongated up to the ceiling. The doctors referred to it as night terrors, but the black handprints on her arms said otherwise. Then the transformations began to occur to me. My hair went white in spots. My fingernails thickened and turned yellow overnight. Worst were the nightmares, visions of infinite bayous, and something tall walking between the trees, counting down the days until it could claim me. The last night, God forgive me, I can still remember Emily's scream. We discovered her stuck in bed, little finger pointing toward the corner where the wall and ceiling met. There, in the darkness, something was spreading itself down, long black limbs uncoiling from the shadows like a spider descending on silk. That's when its face split open, a slit in that sleek flesh, spreading to expose row upon row of needle teeth. The stench of rotting gator meat hung in the air as it spoke in my dead father's voice. You brought me home, son. Now we'll never be apart. We fled that night in nothing but what we were wearing, renamed ourselves, relocated to the other side of the country. But occasionally, when I'm lying awake at night, I'll see movement out of the corner of my eye. A shadow that's too tall, a flash of something smooth where there should be a face. And I know he's still measuring the steps between us,